This video is part of the process mining use case series, where we'll focus on different techniques to identify process inefficiencies, non-conformant activities, and improvement opportunities. Process mining is designed to help us get visibility into opportunities to improve our processes. But once we make those process improvements, how do we know if they're having the expected impact? And are those process changes having any adverse effects on other areas of the process? You can use KPIs to track the impact of the process change on things like closure time and satisfaction scores. But getting visibility into adverse effects on other areas of the process, now that's going to require process mining. Process mining can be used to do a side-by-side comparison and give us visibility into how a process is behaving both before and after a change, so we know what's working and what's not. Let's quickly take a look at how to use the analyst workbench to do this type of analysis. So we'll start right here on the Summary and Insights page of our incident state analysis project that we've created. From here, we're going to go over to the analyst workbench itself and start digging into the visualized process map. Now, one of the things that sometimes gets overlooked is you have this advanced filter option down here in which you can apply conditions to the data that you're looking at on the map. So in this case, we've mined 22,000 incidents, but we want to look at a subset of those incidents. Let's say that we made a process change on Halloween. We want to see kind of how the process was performing prior to that change we made on Halloween, and then after the change we made on Halloween. So what we can do is come in here and use our filter criteria to say, I only want to look at tickets or incidents in this case that closed before. And my demo data is from 2019, so we'll just come in here and say before October 31st on 2019 and hit apply. And this is going to narrow it down to just the incidents that closed prior to October 31st on 2019. And what I can do now is I can use my saved filter sets to come over here and say incidents prior to process change and say save. And then what we'll do is we want to get that same sort of filter set for incidents that closed after the process change. So I'll hit clear all. I'll come down here to my conditions again and say closed after, and then we use our date filter again. October 31st, 2019, hit apply. And now I've got my incidents that closed after. We'll do our saved filter sets and say incidents that closed after process change and say save. And now what we can do is we can do a side-by-side analysis of the instance that closed prior to the process change and the instance that closed after. So we can come here to our saved filter sets. We'll say incidents prior to process change on the left-hand side. We'll come over here, we'll hit our compare button. Then we'll clear the filter set. And we'll apply the filter of incidents that closed after the process change. So now I have my side-by-side analysis of the process prior to the process change and the process after the process change. And I can start looking at some statistics. And what we'll see here is that after the process change, you know what? Our average duration has been reduced by 5 hours and the median duration by 1. That's how you can use process mining to do a side-by-side analysis of both before and after a process change. One other additional thing that I want to point out here is that you actually can start to schedule process mining projects over time and create different versions of them. So in this case, we use the condition filtering to allow us to select different date ranges for the process and do a side-by-side comparison. But as you start to mature and use process mining as part of your regular cadence inside of your organization, you can schedule these projects and then do a side-by-side comparison of this month versus last month, just using the different versions of the process model here from this drop-down list. So many different use cases for this comparison capability within process mining, but before and after a process change is one of the most common ones. Thanks for your time. Happy mining, everyone.